sun right behind my head. Check that out. Sun again. Did you find more prickly things? Going in the cave.
Hello friends, and welcome to our channel. We're Marianne and Gord, two hopeless adventurers from Northern Ontario. We invite you to come along with us as we renovate our 1984 Ford E350 motorhome, the Diesel Duchess, and then hit the road with no destination in mind, just following the sun and the warmer weather and exploring all the nooks and crannies along the way. Are you ready? The time is now.
In our previous episode, we were camping in the mountains in a remote area on a little back road off the side of the highway in Oklahoma. In the morning, we carried on down out of the mountains without any coffee, I might add, to get donuts and coffee at Broken Bow, just because we felt like it. And so we went to the little town of Broken Bow, got donuts and coffee, and continued on into Texas. Coming out of Oklahoma, we continued on Texas back roads, brought us into Paris. We checked out the Eiffel Tower, because everybody's got to go to the Eiffel Tower when you're in Paris. Then we continued on back roads towards trying to kind of skirt around Dallas. The roads were really bad in here, and we gave up eventually and ended up on the interstate just to avoid all these back roads. I think we got headed for some bigger roads around here. Got on the interstate heading south and just tried to put on some miles because we were getting nowhere on those back roads. So we got back on 35, which was I think what we're on way up in Iowa. So we got down through Waco and we put on some miles there heading down these interstates. And ended up camping out around Georgetown in a Bass Pro Shop. After camping in the Bass Pro Shop parking lot, we headed out for back roads again, getting off the interstate here just north of Georgetown. We took some back roads here, which were really good. We started getting into hill country, so hill country Texas is starting to get pretty nice compared to what we were in previously. And this nice little area around this Lake Buchanan, we stopped there for tourist information, chatted to the guy for quite a while. That's a nice area. I'd probably check out a little bit more. We continued on to Fredericksburg. My line goes right through it. We continued on to Fredericksburg, got out, walked around, froze our butts off, and then we drove over to Luckenbach, which Marianne educated me about because I'd never heard of it, and now I know. Then we continued on westerly on the back roads again, well, smaller highways, and heading towards Sonora, which takes us right off this map, and coming out of this side to Sonora, Texas, where we camped at a campground there so we could do laundry and so on. Good morning. We're in Sonora, Texas. It was about 1 degree Celsius here this morning, maybe 33, 34 Fahrenheit. So we avoided the freezing temperatures that we would have got everywhere north, and that's why we were kind of beating ourselves. I think that was the coldest night, which would have been minus a few degrees anywhere north of here. So we avoided the freezing, and now we're finally into the warm weather. Look at this thing up here. It's the sun. We haven't seen it since we left Ontario. So we got it today. It's only supposed to be, I think, around 14 degrees, which is probably like high 50s in Fahrenheit. We'll take it. And tomorrow, I think 18, getting closer to 20, so we're getting in the higher 60s Fahrenheit, which that's pretty summerish weather for us, so we're good with that. Maybe we'll get the bikes out tomorrow for a little ride. We actually stayed in the campground here last night. It's basically just a bunch of parking pads in a lot. Not much to it, but we got to do our laundry and filled up with water. So we're headed. We're gonna check out some caverns today near Sonora here, and then probably head south into Big Bend country. This is called Hills Country, Texas, which is nice and hilly. It's nice. And we'll see what the Big Bend has to offer, which will be running along the Mexico border. So we're going to get packed up here and hit the road. So we're at the Caverns of Sonora. We got peacocks. They're not very friendly though. Yeah, so we're gonna go down the cave, check it out. There's a peacock. Hey, peacock. Coming to see you. Wanna race? You the road runner?
The Caverns of Sonora were discovered by the Mayfield family around the turn of the 20th century, when their dog chased a raccoon into a 20-inch opening in the rocks. Locals began exploring the cave and discovered a 50-foot deep pit about 500 feet back from the entrance. In 1955, cavers discovered that there was passages on the other side of the pit that revealed the cavern. In 1959, Jack Birch began development of the caverns to stop the damage that was being done by other cavers and to preserve the cavern for future generations. Caverns of Sonora opened to the public in July of 1960. If you'd like to learn more about the Caverns of Sonora or visit them yourselves, we will post a link to their website in the description below. Edward thinks this is where they filmed Fraggle Rock. He might be right.
If you were to face this way and take a picture, this hole here, and these formations here line up and make a skull space. Probably the best place to see that, you stand here where my light is, face this way, and take a picture.
Hey! So we did the Caves of Sonora, or Caverns? So what do they call them? Caves or Caverns?
Caverns of Sonora.
Caverns of Sonora.
Yeah.
Near Sonora, Texas. And now we're heading south. We thought we were done going south, but we're going south
We're
more.
going south.
We're going to go to
Del Rio.
Del Rio.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're taking Highway 277 south to Del Rio, which is about as far south as we can go because it puts us on the Mexican border. And 277.
Well, maybe we'll go to Mexico.
Well, we could.
We could go to Mexico.
277 is not an interstate, but it's like most of the highways around here, like a 75 or 80 mile an hour speed limit or something, and we can't go that fast anyway. But if you got a fast car, you can go past Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think right now we're on an 80 mile an hour speed limit.
Yeah, but we're going like
Not that.
95 kilometers an hour, 60 couple miles an hour, which is fast for us. We usually don't drive that fast. But yeah, we got, I don't know what it is, an hour and a bit run, but I don't know, we might get a campground somewhere, maybe before there, maybe after there, I don't know.
We're really
We'll see how
not
it
sure.
goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did the caverns and it's now like middle of the day, almost 2 o'clock.
Caverns were awesome.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were really, really good. Yeah.
So we'll see where we end up.
Stay tuned. Roadrunners.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile. In 600 feet, your destination will be on the left.
We're set up here for the night near the town of Del Rio. Seems like a pretty big town actually. It's a border town with Mexico. So Del Rio, Texas, right now down to the bottom here. We can't go much farther south unless we head east a bit, but we don't plan on heading any more east, I don't think. But this is a pretty sweet setup here. They got 34 sites, which we got one other person here. But they got 34 sites and they have bathrooms. They don't have hookups, but we don't need hookups. And we got the sun setting over there, over top of Mexico. Dead quiet here. We're just like 5 minutes out of town maybe. Cooking up some sausages on the Traeger. Got the awning dried out from 7 days of rain, 8 days of rain. And we saw sunshine today. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow. Oh, and the campsite, $6.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin. Today and not
Yeah, so we came a short ways up the highway today from Del Rio, where we camped last night, to Seminole Canyon State Park in Texas here. This is the first state park we stayed at. It's a pretty nice setup. We even got power, water. They got dumps, not on each site, but they have dumps, and it's like $20. Plus, I think you pay $4 a person for your park pass. Pretty good deal though. And yeah, so we got set up out here, a little warmer in the t-shirt. Went over the rig. Haven't really done much with that since we've been pounding through days and days of rain. Everything's looking pretty good. We even got our stickers finally installed. Got one there on the Traeger door, one on the back window right there. Added a little duct tape to my blooper on the trailer. The only blooper during the trip, which was pretty good considering. And another one on the back of the trailer. And we got a bunch of sites up here. Oh, we seem to have jammed ourselves in the middle of some Airstream convention, because it's all Airstreams over there. There's only one Outcast over there, and there's a load of Airstreams down here. Everybody's all gathered together down there, and they're doing their thing, and it's a pretty good spot. We settled in here for 2 nights to try and get a little bit of video edited, and maybe we'll break out the motorbikes and the mountain bikes tomorrow. They got some mountain bike trails here in this park. You can get right out to the Rio Grande River and have an overlook there. So that's somewhere over that way, I believe. And check it out. Down this way. Headed to the Rio Grande.
These look so pretty when you drive by them. And you think they're soft, but they're not. Check out those babies. Yes. Check this out. We're in the middle of the desert. There's a show. Gorge here, going down to the Rio Grande River Valley.
Don't come this way. Ouch! Stuck right into my I could give you a flat tire, I think. Did you find more prickly things?
It's a lovely day to walk your bike. Take your bike for a walk. This trail, just a little bit beyond our skill level. So we walked our bikes.
So I would say if you're out here hiking at the Seminole Canyon Park, which is a Texas state park, and you don't want to hike the whole 5-point-something mile canyon rim loop, we just went out to the Panther Lookout, into the last little bit of the canyon rim loop that takes you out the end of the canyon and along the edge along the Rio Grande and then back. Only a little bit of rough trail, and then the rest is road like this. A little easier. In this episode, we left our campground in Sonora, Texas, headed out on these back highways to go to the Caverns of Sonora. We got a good tour of the Caverns of Sonora, and then later that day, backtracked through Sonora and down south to Del Rio, Texas, which is a border town with Mexico. And just outside of Del Rio, we stayed at the San Pedro campground, which they had, well, it's not so much a campground, but it's state land or
The Amistad National Recreational Area.
the Amistad National Recreational Area. So it's a reservoir there, and there's quite a bit of camp spots around it, and it's pretty nice, and it was $6. We stayed there for the night. Then we continued on the next day to the Seminole Canyon State Park, which we stayed a couple nights there, did a little bit of mountain biking out to the Rio Grande River, and saw some sights.
Friday night, and well, it's Saturday now. Or Saturday morning, 1 or 2 in the morning, and
The time is now. It's now.
and you didn't make her to Vegas.
Well, just like that GS, that deal up on Vancouver Island on that bike, all them parts. You can't always get what you want. And it's not over. We're still going.